March Madness coming to an end at the Copper Fieldhouse. Section 6A championship game tonight between Pelican Rapids and Staples. Danny Anderson, the Royston twins. Lance, 17 on Tuesday night in a win over Minnewaska, but Brady was held down. Both players need to contribute tonight for Pelican to be successful.
They will. We've been watching them through the subsection and the section, and they've upped their game. Brady didn't get as many points, but he was vicious on the boards. He played great defense. He did everything else. So they have really upped their game, and it brought the rest of the Pelican Rapids team with them. And
Chris Heyer, the Clark Kent looking but Superman playing center for the Cardinals, did a job on the Vikings earlier this year and really held Lance and Brady Royston in check at the Copper Christmas tournament.
Tremendous hustle on that kid's part. He is really a hustler, a great basketball player.
We're about ready for some basketball. For the starting lineups of tonight's game, let's go to PA announcer Nick Gaida.
Welcome to the Fieldhouse, ladies and gentlemen, for tonight's Section 6A championship game. The winner of this game between the Pelican Rapids Vikings and the Staples-Motley Cardinals will earn a berth in the Minnesota State High School Tournament. And now for your starting lineups. First for the guest team on the scoreboard, the Pelican Rapids Vikings. Starting at one guard, a 5'10", senior number 11, Greg Schustrom. Starting at the other guard, a 5'9", senior number 21, Torrey Hovland. Starting at one forward, a 6'7", senior number 45, Brady Royston. Starting at the other forward, a 6-foot senior number 51, Justin Hovland. And starting at center, a 6'8", senior number 53, Lance Royston. The Vikings are coached by Rex Haugen. And now the starting lineups for the home team on the scoreboard, the Staples-Motley Cardinals. Starting at one guard, a 5'11", junior number 3, Jeff Yeager. Starting at the other guard, a 6'1", junior number 22, Eric Kelly. Starting at one forward, a 6-foot sophomore number 31, Kyle Stevens. Starting at the other forward, a 6'4", junior number 43, Dan Otteson. And starting at center, a 6'5", junior number 54, Chris Heyer. The Cardinals are coached by Lynn Peterson.
The matchup for tonight's game, both teams score in the 60s, both allow roughly 50, and both shoot the ball from the field very, very well. In the semis, Pelican beat Minnewaska 41-39. Big night for Lance Royston. Staples humbled Morris. Eric Kelly, 12 of 15 from the floor, good for 28 points. The officials tonight, Bill Fisher and Terry Kinoff, a home away from home for those two gentlemen. Pelican Rapids starting 5 seniors. Staples does not start a senior.
Well, Staples had a game the other night against Morris that was just about flawless, about as nice a basketball game as a high school team I've ever seen play.
Brady Royston jumping against Dan Otteson. Pelican Rapids wins the tip. This is Torrey Hovland. Justin Hovland off the mark. Rebound, Jeff Yeager.
Pelican starting in a 1-2-2 zone. That allows them to get to their three-point shooters quicker. And they're matching up on the inside.
Deflected, stolen by Lance Royston.
With the two post people in there.
A lot of arms in that zone defense up in the air.
Those two boys are big men.
Nice feed inside. Brady Royston for 2.
Very, very difficult to stop a high-low situation when you've got 6'7" and 6'8".
Outside, no good. Stevens rebound higher, blocked by Lance Royston. Rebound Brady Royston.
The Royston boys are making themselves felt right away. They played great basketball in this tournament.
There are more NCC coaches here tonight checking out players from both teams. Near steal by Yeager. Hovland gets it back. Hovland cut off at the baseline. Needs some help. Schuster dish inside to Lance Royston. It's knocked away by Staples.
Oh, was that a nice pass? It was just, Lance couldn't quite hang on to it. Watch this pass as he comes in. Watch the shuffle pass. Great pass.
Yeager hustling back, helping down on the big man. Knocks the ball out of bounds. Lob inside Lance. The spin move for 2.
Great move inside. Now what Pelican is doing with his 1-2-2 is taking Staples out of that tremendous man-to-man offense that they've got.
Yeager no good. Otteson hits the ball out of bounds. Pelican Rapids with the ball.
Great move by Rex. He's got him scouted solid.
2 minutes have gone by. Staples has yet to score. Brady works the baseline. Good defense, Dan Otteson.
Staples can play the great defense, and that was a good example of it. Otteson with his hands up, and he got a piece of it.
Eric Kelly has yet to shoot. Now he will.
We all know he's a great shooter. He's going to have to be on him tough.
Picking up where he left off on Tuesday. Yeager all over Hovland. Feet inside, stolen Otteson.
That was created by great defense by Yeager. He just would not let Hovland penetrate.
Forced a little bit. Royston was double teamed on the play. Kelly, he's good from there. Tremendous range for the junior guard. Nice dish inside higher. He goes to Otteson, but there's a 3-second violation on the Cardinals.
This zone Pelicans playing is confusing Staples a little bit. Other than that three-pointer of Kelly's, they haven't got a good look at the bucket.
Nice dish inside Lance Royston for 2.
Good pass by Greg Sostrom in there. He averages 3.5 assists for the year, so he can pass the ball.
And it makes it easy when you got your big man positioning himself so well. Higher couldn't handle the hard pass from Yeager. Another turnover for Staples. Lynn Peterson is not helping with the sharpness of the offensive attack so far. Lance outside.
Dana, these two teams played in Christmas tournament here at Concordia, and Staples beat them by about 10 points. And I'm not sure what defense Pelican used at that time, but I don't think they used this 1-2-2 because it's got Staples a little befuddled.
It wasn't a blowout. In fact, Pelican made a late run and pulled within 2 before Staples won by 8 or 10. Brady had it inside, but decided to pull it out. Loose ball on the floor.
Oh, look at the hustle. Look at the hustle.
Hovland, the gamble to go inside to another Hovland, picked off.
Otteson very alert, snatched that thing.
Stevens from the corner. That's 2. Not a 3, that's a 2.
That's a sophomore with a wide open shot over there, and he drilled it.
Pelican by 1 at the 3:15 mark of the first quarter. Yeager will pick up the foul, guarding Torrey Hovland very closely.
That's one way to back people off when you get the ball. If there's room, take it to the bucket.
Timeout. Pelican leads it 6-5. Back after this. Quite a difference in scoring attacks. Pelican has scored 6, all in the paint. Staples has scored 5, all from the perimeter.
The 1-2-2 zone of Pelican is shutting Staples' inside game off right now.
Staples ever play anything but a man-to-man?
Very seldom.
rarely.
Very seldom. When he had a number of big people, he used to play a 1-3-1, a matchup 1-3-1 zone some of the time.
Justin Hovland will drive, pull up, use the glass.
Great shot. He elevated, nice release.
Pelican off to a bit of a quicker start than they normally have gotten off to. Higher inside.
Staples went high post. And Otteson dumped it down to Higher across the lane. That's a good effort against that zone.
Good look by Dan Otteson. Lance looks inside for Brady. He's covered well by Higher. Hovland from outside for 3. Yes, sir.
We got ourselves a ball game here, Dana.
Hovland averages 5.7. He has 5.
Now Pelican switched to a 2-3 zone.
Yeager from the corner, that's 3. Stuffed by Lance Rosen.
Oh, he knocked that one over to the exit sign.
Look at Lance Rosen come flying out on the play.
He's a big man and he's very agile.
That's 6'8", blocking 5'11". Dish inside to Otteson, knocked away by Pelican Rapids. 2:01 left in the first quarter. Pelican Rapids 11, Staples 7. Great hustle on the baseline.
That's Brady Rosen. 6'7", diving to the out of bounds after the ball.
College recruiters will love to see that. The lob to Kelly. He'll take it in the zone. Dish inside. Stolen by Brady. He's tied up by Otteson. Possession arrow goes to the Cardinals.
What a quick move by Brady inside. Brady Rosen. Seeing the passing lane there, and he just had such a quick move.
Higher strong inside. Fouled on the play.
It's going to go on Hovland, Dana.
Staples is determined to get inside that zone.
That's exactly what I was thinking. They just kept on and on, pumping it in there.
If you want determination, Higher's probably your man.
He's got it.
First one no good. Higher a 73% shooter from the line. The second is good.
Then I know people are saying, why isn't Staples playing as well as they did the other night? Well, by Rex coming out in that 1-2-2, it threw him off a little bit. Momentum is such a big thing in basketball. Got to have your rhythm.
Dish inside, Brady. Triple team, he traveled.
Wow, did he get covered in there? I think he was getting claustrophobia. I think there were 4 guys around him.
He was forced to travel. He had no place to go and kind of had to shuffle his feet. This is a chess match between Rex Haugen and Lynn Peterson. Wild pass by Kelly. He misses Yeager. Another turnover for Staples.
Good effort, but he just threw it a little high. He's only had one look, young Kelly. He's only had one look at the bucket. And the other night, he was drilling them like crazy.
One reason, the Vikings flying out of that zone to put a hand up in Kelly's face.
They are really hustling on defense. Both teams are really hustling on defense.
Deflected by Kelly, but Hovland gets the ball back for Pelican Rapids. Stolen by Stevens. Lance gets it back, but he traveled. Slid on the floor.
There's a little body checking going on out there, and the officials are letting it go, so the kids are going to have to adjust to it.
Twice now we've seen the Roisums handle the ball, and Staples doubling down or even tripling down. Kelly way outside.
There's his second look at the bucket.
That was a 25-footer. You should give a shooter those shots.
He's got range. I don't think you can with him. He's just that good.
Sjostrom, no place to go inside, but he'll pick up a foul. It'll be on number 54, Chris Heyer.
Good smart move by the youngster.
Lynn Peterson is saying that's no foul. Had his hands straight up in the air.
Smart move by the youngster. He was trapped in there, and he decided he wanted to try draw a foul. I don't think he felt he was going to make the bucket.
Sjostrom to the line for two. 71% from the line. First one is good. So is the second. Pelican by 2. 28 seconds left in the first quarter.
Pelicans in that 2-3 zone again. The question is, can they cover Kelly? He wants it way out. They're going to go for one.
How far out do you have to go to cover Kelly? That's the question.
Right away.
7 seconds. Stevens. In and out. Loose ball. Kelly the rebound. Inside. Stuffed by Lance Roisum. But he got a body on him. No time remaining on the clock, but the buzzer has not sounded. Meaning there's a fraction of a second left.
Yes, there is. They shouldn't be in the huddle.
Two shots.
They should be lined up at the free throw line right now. This is not right.
First one, no good, a rare miss by Eric Kelly.
This puts young Kelly in a tougher situation here with nobody around.
Second one is good. And I think they're going to call the first quarter over. Pelican Rapids leading Staples at the end of one, 13-12. Back for the second after this. Denny, we haven't seen other teams put this kind of pressure on Torrey Hovland. Why is Staples doing this?
Well, to try and keep them out of the offense so they can't play Annie over with the Roisum boys. They want to try keep it from the Roisum, so they're putting pressure on Torrey to keep him from setting it up.
Saw the stat, good shooting by both teams. The Roisums with 6 of Pelicans' 13 points. Eric Kelly with 7 of Staples' 12.
Now we're seeing Staples in the zone. Excuse me, Dana, for butting in, but I got excited when I saw him in a zone.
That's rare. That's rare for Lynn Peterson.
They're in a 2-3 zone.
Hovland, the feed to Roisum. That's Lance, but he's fouled on the play. Foul on Dan Otteson inside, his first. Pelican with some nice inside passing early on.
Nice pass by Hovland. He dropped a little bounce pass in there.
First free throw too strong for Lance.
Dana, you know what I say. Two things don't make it. Teams that don't make free throws and dogs that chase cars. You've got to make free throws.
The second one is good. Pelican by 2.
I got to give credit to Woody Blazing for that. He was a great one on that.
Yeager, dish inside Otteson. Deflected by Brady Roisum.
He got a piece of it. Great defensive play.
Otteson thought he had a clear shot to the backboard, and Roisum, Brady, came out of nowhere. Sjostrom has the ball stolen by Stevens.
It seems to me in the tournament the energy level of the Roisum twins has gone up. They're very, very quick. Active feet, active hands.
Kelly.
Arta Seta, what a shooter. Oh. He gets squared up, Dana. It's kind of surprising if he doesn't make them.
Staples with the lead, 15-14. Lance outside. Fouled on the play, and the basket will count.
Now Lance has got his chance to get a three-pointer. Good pass by Sjostrom.
Should Jaeger even be trying to block that? He's 5'11". Lance is 6'8".
He gets up there with a great release. You see that great wrist when he went up?
Lance back to the line. Can't convert the three-point play, but Pelican gets the lead back. Higher inside. Traveled on the play. Higher wanted to foul on one of the Roisums.
They both just stood there with their arms up in the air, and that's the thing to do.
It's a championship game. You got to let them play a little bit.
That's right.
Hovland cut off on the baseline. Near turnover here. Now Pelican does turn it over. Here comes Stevens. He'll take it on and try and draw the foul, but he gets the charge. He wanted Brady to pick up a foul.
Here he comes hard down the floor, and he really leans into him. See, if he would have just gone up, he might have had a chance to get it off, because Brady, I don't think he could have jumped in that position. But he leaned into him, trying to draw the foul, and it backfired on him. Good play by the young man.
No argument from Lynn Peterson.
Nope.
Another steal by Staples. Jaeger. Stolen back by Torrey Hovland. He's got both Roisums down floor. This is Lance to the hole. No basket, charge. Higher is hurt.
Wow, did he go down hard. Roisum took that ball to the basket so hard and higher. There's an old saying, take a blow for victory, but boy, he took a heck of a blow there. These teams are both playing such outstanding defense.
Here's the replay after the Jaeger steal. The hustle by Torrey Hovland. And there's Brady. Across the floor is Lance, and Lance takes it right to the iron. And I think he landed right on top of Chris Higher.
He sure did. And I'm sure Chris's head hit the floor. I hope he isn't hurt bad.
He's sitting, now he's standing.
I'm sure he got the wind knocked out of him for sure. He's a real basketball player. He does it at both ends, and he took that charge.
If he bumped his head right now, they're asking him who he plays for, who he's playing, where he lives. Been there. By the way, Lance Roisum picked up his second foul. Got another look. A still, his head hitting the floor there. And he'll take a seat on the end of the bench for a while until the cobwebs clear a bit.
Yeah, that's scary. Sjostrom very tight on Kelly.
Here's Kelly. Short. Rebound, Brady Roisum. Another bringing Kelly around picks to try and get him an open shot.
He's on the move. He started on the right-hand side and cut to the baseline to the left-hand side, end up taking the shot out in front.
The applause is for Chris Higher, who's back at the scoring table, ready to check back in.
Staples in that 2-3 zone, and there's the opening in it.
Hovland to Roisum, he misses, he'll get another chance. That time, he makes him pay.
He's such a nice shooter.
9 for Lance. Pelican by 3. Stevens inside Otteson, the reverse layup. Oh, nice play.
He used the basket to protect himself. so that they couldn't stuff it on him. They went to the opposite side, so they couldn't block the shot.
Hovland quickly to Royson. Hovland. Doesn't take long to fill out your starting lineups. The names are all the same. The first names change. Quick dish, Lance. Blocked by Otteson. Jump ball. Possession arrow. Staples. As soon as Pelican puts that ball to the floor, Staples is on him.
Exactly right. They are very tough on defense. That's because of that team defense, Dana.
We've got a timeout. Pelican Rapids leading Staples. The Region 6A championship game. Back after this. Denny Staples has learned you can't just go to the hole. You got to use some trickery or the Roysons will block it.
Yeah, that was a great shot by Otteson. He took Brady out of the play, and that's the thing to do when you're in there. If you can do it, if you can get it to the opposite side, then the net and the rim are protecting you.
Rex Haugen in 31 years at Pelican Rapids.
Pelican has now switched their defense again, Dana. Now they're going man-to-man.
Our third switch of the game, halfway through the second quarter. Inside Higher, quick spin move. Foul on Brady Royson.
They just showed man-to-man, and then when as soon as there was a cutter through, they were in their 1-2-2 zone. Rex is pulling everything out of the hat here.
The cagey veteran who refuses to wear a tie. Wild pass Stevens, turnover. Pelican Rapids ball. Higher just couldn't handle it. That ball was going 90 miles an hour, and he had to throw it about 8 feet.
Good defense again. That's causing a lot of problems. Pelican gives up 52 points a game, and Staples gives up only 48. So, you know, you're going to have a battle here.
Brady misses the open shot. Kelly rebound. We've got a 1-point game in the Section 6A championship game. Yeager. Too strong. Rebound Otteson. Back up. Good.
Oh, tough rebound. He's a tough young man in there. 6'4" junior.
Jump ball. Possession arrow. Actually, possession piece of tape, because the left-handed arrow is out, but Pelican Rapids will retain possession. That could have been the third foul on Lance, but instead it was called the jump ball.
I think he got his arm a little hyperextended there. Kelly about pulled it off over his shoulder.
Lance will shoot. And hit nothing but net.
Didn't bother his shooting, though. Must have been his left arm.
You heard the snap on that net.
One-two-two zone.
Stevens inside. He'll kick it back to Yeager.
Torrey Hovland very close to Kelly over on the other side. He's going to have to cut through, and he's doing it now.
Yeager. Good for 3. Jeff Yeager's first points of the game.
Team effort. Team effort. It's not just Kelly shooting threes. Yeager's a nice shooter, too.
Another lead change. Staples now ahead. Lance will drive. Strong move.
They ran a clear out on the right side that time. Brady moved across to the left side when Lance got it high, which is a good move, and that opened it up for Lance.
13 now for Lance Royson, who has raised his game to another level. Kelly, too strong. Rebound, Justin Hovland to Torrey Hovland. Schustrom inside. Charge.
There's Higher back there taking another charge. What a kid.
Not gun shy, is he?
Oh. About gets knocked out a few minutes earlier, and here he's back taking a charge again. Taking a blow for victory. Lynn Peterson's doing so much coaching that they just about didn't get the ball inbounds because the young man here wasn't watching the ball. He was listening to Lynn.
Has Staples made the adjustments he thought it would make against the different defenses it's seeing tonight? This is Kelly.
They do an excellent job because they got those two horses inside, and they bring one of them high, and that kind of, you play that against just about anything. Now, they're smart players. They're a great ball club.
Lance turnaround, short. First half winds down from the Copperfield house. And we're tied at 22. Another man-to-man look, but then they change. Brady now out on Eric Kelly. Staples to play for the last shot. Quick dish higher. Foul on the play.
Some way Pelican got mixed up in there.
That's 3 now on Lance Roysum.
Yep. Because Brady was way out on Kelly out here.
Rex will take Lance out. Certainly doesn't want him to pick up his 4th foul before the end of the half. Nice dish inside, good court vision, and you see the body bump by Lance Roysum. Had his hands up, but he bumped him a little bit with his hips.
Just got in there too tight. This was a fear that Pelican had. Of course, any of these teams, you can't lose kids like the Roysums or Hire or Kelly and expect to beat a good ball club.
Nothing new for Lance Roysum, though. He has been in foul trouble in every game, but he has virtually gone the distance in every game and played major roles in every game.
Well, he gets a few minutes on the...
Desperation shot, no good.
He gets a few minutes on the bench, though, that I don't think Rex would really want him there.
We'll talk with Lynn Peterson about those wacky defenses. Reporter Kevin Wallabin with Lynn Peterson.
Coach, it doesn't get much tighter than this. Your thoughts on the first half?
No, we figured it would be like this. You know, both teams are very similar, just good, solid, fundamental basketball. I think both teams are playing well defensively.
Any changes in the second half?
No, I don't think so, not a lot. I think you just go out and keep playing the game.
Good luck.
Thanks.
We're at halftime of the Section 6A championship game. The Staples Cardinals leading the Pelican Rapids Vikings 24-22. Back with a look inside both locker rooms when we return to the Copperfield house.
The Norwest Bank Halftime Report is brought to you by Norwest Banks.
A look at the halftime show here at the Copperfield house. The Alexandria Aces. Youngsters getting schooled on the fundamentals, Denny Anderson. 24-22, Staples leading Pelican Rapids. About maybe what we expected. Tight all the way.
Great ball game. The place is packed. I think I counted 10 seats up on the top that are open, but they're all the way to the walls underneath the basket. We've got a great ball game going here. This is prime time.
Coaches are doing some overtime work in the locker rooms. Rex Haugen and Lynn Peterson will come back with a look inside, down in the basement, the dungeon of the Copperfield house when we return. Welcome back to the Section 6A championship game, the chess match between Rex Haugen and Lynn Peterson. To the locker rooms we go. First, the Staples Cardinals.
Okay. Now, we got to stay away from the over-the-head passes a little bit on the zone. Okay. Yeah. After 2-3 passes, look to hit a gap. But even on those first 2 or 3 passes, the ball comes here. We shouldn't have to throw it back out here over our head. If we do, then this guy back up a little bit so we can throw it here. We can move the zone around. I don't care if we're out here toward the timeline a little bit. Just spread them out a little bit. And then Danny and Chris you guys have to keep being active in the high-low here. Keep being active. Okay? And if we make our quick inside over here, we got Lance and we got you flashing. We'll make the entry pass to you. Make the entry pass to you. Run your basic high-low. We got Justin, Lance, and Brady. Change it out here and run the flex. Get across that thing. Now, they're not going to give you the flex cut. Understand what I'm saying? We're just making a little change here. Just changing spots. But if we make the basic entry pass to here, and you run that screen, we change out, okay, they're not going to give us that flex. We're going to be jammed in here, Brady. But we can come right back against the grain. We got a shot right here for Lance, who's down in the low block. So we can run 2 guard, just run your basic 2 guard. We can run it with Lance, or with Brady, and we can run it with Shuey. Okay? Either way, it's fine. So we got those options, but we want to try to get to the high-low as fast as we can. All right, defensively. Defensively. You really got to scramble on the top there. You got to really scramble on the top. We're not digging. We're not digging. You guys on the top got a big job, but you're not digging. You got to honor those people on the outside. You got to honor those people on the outside. You got to talk to one another. So when they swing Kelly or Yeager on the baseline, we've got him covered under control. We've got him covered. And work your posts, and get on the inside on the back side. Okay, but you guys are not digging. Just play good and hard, in here, out, out, out. And Chew, if you get open look at the bucket, step up and take that thing. You got a good open look. All right. Now we had a couple things didn't go very good, and it happened to be always right at the end of the quarter. And you just put that away. Lance, you stay in the game. You stay in the game. If they make a move on you in there and you're out of whack, just get out of there, because you're more valuable in than out. Okay? 50 defense wasn't bad. The problem is we're making those switches. We're making those switches, but you've got to really cover up on the baseline because they stick the ball in there really quick. We were just a little slow on that. No, awful big. When you guys get out there and loosen up, let's loosen up. How much time is it anyway? All right, let's go. All right, let's go, Ray. Go, Ray. Let's go. Go, here we go. Let's go. Let's go, boys.
Those 2 coaches have gone through some chalk in their coaching careers. Lynn Peterson and Rex Haugen combining for 788 wins. The teams are ready. Back with the second half after this. Some last-minute finishing touches on a second half scouting report. Let's hear from Lynn Peterson again in the Staples locker room.
Now,
on my way, I pop up, right?
we come, you're sliding in behind the zone, aren't you? Chris comes high, you're sliding behind it.
3 minutes.
3 minutes with a clear point.
Well, they're
You're
not
telling me
coming.
that, or Derek's telling me that?
Well, Derek should be coming.
Okay, well,
They're doing the seniors of some schools right now. So.
okay. All right. Okay, any questions? You guys, remember, we can't go out and have one little letdown here for 2 minutes, or 1 minute, or 1 second. This is 16 minutes left. We know what the stakes are. Okay? So we got to get back out there and pull right back at it. Let's go!
You heard Lynn Peterson. 16 minutes remaining in the Section 6A championship game, and for someone, 16 minutes left in the 1995-96 basketball season. At halftime, at the Copperfield House, Staples leading Pelican Rapids 24-22. Here are the stats. What stands out at you, Coach?
Well, what stands out to me is that Pelican Rapids shooting 56%, but they've only shot 16 shots. You got to get a few more shots up. They've had 7 turnovers, which not a great deal, but Staples playing such good defense, they're just not getting good looks at the bucket. The other thing is that Staples is 4 for 10 at the 3-point, so they made 4 3-pointers, and Pelicans 1 for 2. Good percentage, but not enough again.
Half of their points coming from beyond the 3-point stripe. Rebounding, 10 for Staples, 8 for Pelican. You would think the Vikings would have an edge there with 6'8" Lance and 6'7" Brady.
Staples is a team rebounding team. I mean, they all go after it. I'm almost certain that Kelly's got 3 or 4 himself right now. Rebounding, Kelly's got 3, in fact. Otteson 2 and Hire 2.
Let's go to head coach Rex Hogman of the Pelican Rapids Vikings.
Rex, what do you got to do here in the second half?
Well, we were pretty successful early getting the ball to Lance and Brady on the high-low. We got to continue to try to figure out ways to do that. We tried to make a couple changes in the locker room, but we've got to get the ball to them on the high-low and hopefully get to Kelly a little quicker.
You got to get keep the big boys out of foul trouble too.
We're in foul trouble already, so that'll be a challenge for us.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Lance with 3, but you heard Rex. If they come at you, Lance, back off. You're more valuable in than out.
Well, that you bet he is. Both coaches in the locker room, Dana, talked high-low. Against Pelican zone, Lynn knows if he's going to get good ball movement, he's going to have a high man, a low man in there. And, of course, you could see what has happened with Pelican Rapids when they can get the ball to one of the Roysons at the high post. They're in business.
If you're Lynn, do you go right at Lance Royson?
Well, I'm sure he's not going to change a whole lot because his kids go at everybody in there. They might try and get the ball in there a little bit more, but his kids always take it to him. They're going to go to the open man.
The clock ticks down on the halftime show. Now it's time for more basketball.
Dana, we got to hand it again to Concordia College for putting on a tremendous tournament. They just do an outstanding job year after year. Everybody looks forward to coming in here. The place is packed. What a super job they do.
In fact, most coaches will agree it's a letdown to go to the state tournament after playing in this section up here.
You bet it is.
We're ready for the third quarter. Pelican is on the floor. Staples comes on the floor, and the Cardinals will have the basketball to begin things here in the second half.
Outstanding play first half, outstanding reffing. The crowd has been great. Enthusiasm tremendous. It's down to the wire.
I think they've even opened some doors, and it's a bit cooler in here because it was certainly hot in the first half. Pelican still in that zone. Kelly kicks off in the second half with a 3.
Sjostrom was on him, and then the ball went to the corner, and he ran to the corner, and he got it back to Kelly, a wide open. He gets a wide open look. He's going to bury it.
Cardinals now by 5. Brady will pop.